Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about my fifth day with the 7900 XTX. So if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry guys, I'm trying to remember stuff. But all right, so I bought the 7900 XTX back on the 16th. I've been using it since then. Been playing around with it, been checking out a lot of games, having a lot of fun with this card. Definitely really loving the fact that I can like push this new monitor like really hardcore with this. Um, I'm finding that features like virtual super resolution are definitely working a lot better for me on this card, just due to the just due to the overwhelming fact that I can get higher frame rate just out of the gate on basically everything I'm trying to play. This card is, in my opinion, probably the best card I've bought to date. I just feel like the feature set is significantly better than anything I've played on yet. And the overall power and just everything that this card has and everything this card is able to produce has been very, very, very pleasing, not only to my eyes, but to like just the feel of this card is so incredible. Now, I've got a bunch of videos that are going to be coming out. Some benchmark videos, other videos, how to totally tap into and use like the AMD feature set. All of that stuff is coming. I'll be doing some videos on my settings, on the settings for the card, what I've got going on. So far, right now, guys, all I've done was basically did like so when you get into Adrenaline software, you can like undervolt, you can overclock, or you can like overclock your memory and stuff, just kind of like a quick one or whatever. That's all I've done with this card. I know a lot of people keep asking me in the comment section about undervolting or doing any of this. um I don't know if I have time this weekend to really research a lot of that stuff. I'll try to do the most I can because I actually bought this camera as well at the same time, and this has taken a really good amount of my time just trying to dial settings in and get this camera figured out because dang man, this one does not have training wheels, but I absolutely love it, and it's one of those things that I am doing everything in my power to learn how to create better content with this camera as quickly as possible. Um, so I have spent probably more time with the 7900 XTX over the camera, but most of the day, that's what I've been doing is pretty much learning how to use the camera and stuff. Playing around with that, doing a little bit of gaming here and there, trying to trying to get like I did the Forza Motorsport video today. I did the little mod thing for it, got all the settings in there, and got everything all hooked up for that. So overall, I gotta say, guys, 7900 XTX is definitely um, a little bit better than I expected. To be completely honest with you, I really did just expect this card to pretty much give me a 4080 Super experience. I just kind of expected, like that type of performance, and for the most part, yeah, it is pretty close like a lot of the times, but there's like some stuff on here that I just can't do on the 4080 Super without, having to, play around or mess things up or do whatever. And I like that. I like how AMD is designed to get you into the game faster without playing around and messing with stupid features that you probably don't even know exist, because that's a lot of the stuff that I've run into with the NVIDIA GPUs. With AMD, you just plug them in, and it's pretty simple, pretty easy to use. And I know I get a lot of pushback on this channel because I am pretty combative, man. I value my time. I don't know if you know that or not, but I literally value my time, and AMD doesn't waste my time. NVIDIA wastes my time. I gotta look stuff up. I gotta find stuff. When stuff doesn't work, and I make a video on it, and people are like, "You can do it. You gotta watch 20 YouTube videos and figure out how to do it." I don't have time. I spent all that money on the NVIDIA. Why do I have to still waste my valuable time trying to get it set up? I just want to play video games. Now, if you're in love with NVIDIA and you've got all the time in the world living in your mom's basement doing whatever, more power to you, man. Like I don't care. But I got a full-time job. I run this channel and I like to play video games and I got kids and a million other things on top of, you know, already doing what I want to do. I don't have time to sit here and try to figure out the NVIDIA GPU, especially because you don't know that some of these features don't exist until you actually get an AMD card. I mean, I really do honestly believe that the people that are on NVIDIA cards are running around in the dark. They are blind. They're probably ignorant. They're none the wiser. They just don't know that some of this other stuff probably exists because they just don't know any better. And once you get on AMD and you find everything and everything is like right there at your fingertips and easy to set up and easy to get into and easy to utilize, then you start to understand. You start to know that like, oh man, the AMD or the NVIDIA experience is definitely lacking. So yeah, when I say that the 7900 XTX is a better experience than the 4080 Super, I obviously mean that. Like I really do. Um, I'm glad I bought this card, and I'm glad I got it for like 869 bucks. It came out to $933. My 4080 Super cost me 11 what 70 79 1179, man. I paid 1100, and the thing sits on the shelf, man. But don't worry, there will be another ray tracing game that will come out that I'll have to use it. I actually do want to put the 4080 Super back in here in a little while and do some more like some videos with the camera and stuff, just trying to get that dialed in. But yeah, guys, this is an interesting experience for me, and I'm grateful that a lot of you guys have come along for the ride. Um, in terms of just the feature set for the 7900 XTX, man, I don't think that you could go wrong buying this card. And seeing as we're getting so much closer to the end of this generation, you might actually be able to pick one of these up at a better deal, man. I'm saying if you find this card for like 800 bucks, jump on it. Jump on it. If you find it cheaper, absolutely jump on it. I don't know, man. Like I will freaking tell you that the ray tracing performance on this card, um, so far and what I've played, like Cyberpunk 2077, Alan Wake, and today with the Forza thing, if ray tracing is your thing, and that's something that you absolutely want and have to have. I mean, like after I'm done making this video, I'll be doing some 4K testing on this card. I want to see how it stacks up at 4K. But if your thing is ray tracing in 4K, like you're not going to be in a bad position if you go with an NVIDIA GPU. You're just not. Like DLSS is very good at delivering a convincing and compelling 4K experience on pretty much most of their stack. Like you can do certain games from 4070 up at 4K and get a playable good experience. So I'm not trying to kick NVIDIA. I'm just trying to knock them down a peg in terms of they need a better solution for user experience. They absolutely do. Because the user experience for AMD for me is so powerful that I have no desire to really use the NVIDIA GPU because it lacks so much of that freaking intuitive experience that AMD just has right there at your fingertips. So when people like freak out on me and stuff, it's like, guys, I don't have time to sit and waste on NVIDIA simping over them, trying to figure out, I don't get that little fluttery feeling in my stomach when I get an NVIDIA GPU, and like it's just not there. It's not there anymore. It was there first, but it's not there anymore. Like I don't feel that. I get that feeling now for AMD because I know I'm getting a good experience. And man, I've tested the 7600 XT, 7800 XT, 7900 XT, and now the 7900 XTX. So I've basically went from the bottom to the top in the AMD experience in this generation, and it's been a consistent experience. Every freaking every card has been better than the last, and it's been, in my opinion, worth the experience. If you're going out and you want the top of the line AMD experience, 7900 XTX is your card. You get the full, well-rounded package with everything with what that card can do. If you want, I mean, now that the 7900 XT is at like the $600 or $700 mark, absolutely, definitely believe that card is worth that money. If you could buy it, buy it. Obviously, and then you go down to the GRE. The GRE and I think the price range is a little bit. The only one that doesn't make sense right now, in my opinion, are probably the 7700 XT, and with the GRE being $50 more than the 7800 XT, that one, sadly, it just doesn't make sense. But if you're $100, if you can get the 7800 XT for like 449 bucks or 430 bucks, absolutely. I think that's a good deal. That's definitely a good deal, man. I played with all of these cards this whole freaking generation, and I'll tell you what, guys, the 7900 XTX is definitely, at least for me going forward on the on the 3440 by 1440p monitor, the way that it can push this monitor just a little bit better for me, because I like to use a virtual super resolution to downsample. It can push that higher level visual quality and then let me downsample, and the image quality just looks incredible, and I still get a very decent playable frame rate, which is absolutely incredible for the money that I paid for this card. Like, I am very satisfied with what I paid for this. I'm pretty satisfied with what I paid for the 4080 Super too. Don't get me wrong, Um, honestly, guys, if we were to really look at this objectively, because obviously having both is not a bad thing. Definitely not having both is not a bad thing. If this 4080 Super can continue to perform as good as the 7900 XTX while still delivering a better ray tracing experience when I need it, obviously when I need it, I do prefer my AMD platform, but when I need it, when say a game comes out and it got like really good ray tracing, I absolutely want to be able to show you guys that, and I absolutely want to be able to take advantage of that myself. So if we can if that this card can keep performing and hold its own and stay up there, man, I don't have a problem with what I paid for the 4080 Super, and I definitely think that that extra money over 7900 XTX would potentially be worth it. At least at least in terms of that, because if I need to, I at least I can fall back on DLSS, frame generation, and ray tracing to be able to get the most out of the 4080 Super that I can going forward. So I'm actually okay with what I paid for it. I don't have any regrets. I don't feel bad about it. I don't hate the card. I'm not like I'm really not like super mad about it or anything like that. I know it might come off sometimes like that, but it really isn't the case. I do like the card. I do enjoy playing around with the ray tracing. But at the end of the day, I like the AMD experience more, so the AMD card gets more time in the PC. That's fine. Like, that's not a bad thing, man. If I had two PCs built, it wouldn't be a problem. But man, I like having the AMD card in there. So it's to me it's better. To me it's much better. So all right, guys, you know how I'm feeling about the 7900 XTX. Now that I've actually got a little bit more time and I've got the camera kind of situated, set up so that it looks good, that it feels good, it's easier to get in there and start shooting when I need to. I'm going to start focusing more on the 7900 XTX, do some 4K testing, do some other testing so that I can get you a much better review, because I believe you deserve that. And, I mean, just think of these videos as kind of like not like a review in progress or something, to let you guys know how I'm feeling about it, because like I work a full-time job, I come home, it's hot, trying to record with the AC on and stuff like that. It kind of gets a little bit annoying. Trust me, guys, I haven't put out as many videos as I want to just because of that fact. But um, things are going to turn around a little bit. I've got it set up now to where I can use it with Streamlabs and still do the 4K 60 and stuff. So we're working on it, guys. We're working on it. I'm working on it. I'm going to try to get you the best review I can. I will try to dabble a little bit if I can this weekend. Um, with like overclocking and stuff like that. I'll try to do that. I know you guys have been asking about that. We'll definitely try to do that and see what we can do so that I can get you the best information I can. So, all right, my friends, if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.